La la la. La 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 la. Okay, everyone. I wanted to get that out of my system. Come on, it's been a year. Afford me some of that? Just a little bit. All right, so just for a moment here, guys, we're going to be opening this video, the Creature Crit. I know, we've spent so much time over the most recent videos on this, but there are a couple of very special kinds of fiends that I just want to show you guys who have been in my party. Now, remember when we completed Chapter 1, I got all the fiends available in Chapter 1, every single one, and released them all to get all their stories. However, I did leave a couple. Now, these are the ones I left. The Chocobo, the Flame Dragon, this was the boss from Besaid, the Haze, the Killer Hound, and then we've got a group of humans, actually, who I haven't played with just yet, which is Lulu from Besaid, Yaibel from Chapter 1, Mushroom Rock, and then Elmer from Chapter 2, Mushroom Rock, remember? And Elmer you could only get if you gave the sphere to the Youth League, remember? All right, so why did I leave these guys? Well, some fiends evolve. Yeah, that's right. They were pretty shameless with the Pokemon references here. Some fiends evolve. The Chocobo, for what it's worth, was just kind of a rare fiend that I kind of liked, so I thought I'd leave. But we are going to just look through these three guys here, little stories, and release them, because they all do something special when they do. So first we've got the Flame Dragon, and what this guy's actually going to do is unlock for us an Aeon Ifrit. Yep, that's right, an Aeon. Yes, the Faith are still dead. Yes, the summons are still in a kind of a weird place, but we shall see. It says here that this fiend has a Faith fragment. Let's release it. So it looks like this is the fiend of a Faith, perhaps. And by releasing it, we restore the Faith somehow. The truth is there's a cup, right? The Aeon Cup, or the Farthing Cup. I can't remember which. I think it's the Aeon Cup. And what this does is allows you to battle Aeons in the arena, even though as a part of the story, they're kind of gone. So it's a cool way for International to have brought them back. And yeah, specifically, they are, of course, the Dark Aeons. So, there you go. The Aeon Ifrit has entered the Fiend Arena. I don't know whether that unlocks the cup for us. We shall see. But, so this is one form of evolution, Faith Fragment evolution, where your Fiends will become Aeons. Actually, let's have a quick look, shall we? Okay, yeah, we still only have the Standard Cup, the Hard Cup, and the Grand Cup. But so also, we have this Haze here. Now, the Hazes we were fighting in Macalino Forest in Chapter 1. Deliberately left it because this guy doesn't have a Faith Fragment, has a regular story, but as we finish this regular story, you guys will actually see that she has something special happen to her as well. So she says, "May I have a moment of your time? I promise I'm not as shifty as I look. I just have something to tell you." Okay? You know how Machina have entered into our daily lives of late? But did you know that developing these machines leads to the destruction of our natural environment? Well, we sort of did, based on the story of the previous game. We Haze need clean water to live, but because of the Machina, we are on the brink of extinction. She says, the issue is how you Machina users treat nature. Machina raise mountains and reclaim rivers. Raise mountains, well. That's interesting being like a Japanese game. Our home rivers have been despoiled too. That's why I travel around Spira like this, to raise awareness about the threat to nature. It's like a Greenpeace kind of feed. My hope is that no other fiends will have to face a sad fate like ours. Does that mean raising awareness means killing people? We have a little influence, but we banded together to promote our movement to take back nature. Our leader is very anti-machine. He loves nature and says he can barely stand the sight of the defilers. We call him Old Man. Why don't you come meet him at our organization's next gathering? The old man's on the move. He's planning a demonstration on the Mian High Road. He calls it the Clear Aqua Project. Thanks to you, I've grown strong enough to be of significant help with the movement as well. It's hard to convince the Machine faction, but I've decided to work with the old man. Would you like to come? So Machine faction being referenced here, of course, so this is quite a new death. And yeah, Mian High Road, of course, where we're going to be doing a lot of cool stuff this episode. Let's release. Hi, it's the north end of the road. Today is what I endured all those days of training for. Wait, is this the old man? Machines are the reason that our river has become polluted. No, it's the young one. I've come to the Mian High Road today to protest the use of soulless Machina. Sorry. And this is the old man. A passionate anti-machine activist and our fearless leader. It's another variety of Haze, of course. I've come here today with the old man for an anti-machine rally. I hope that our passionate voices resonate with many people.
All right, should we get started then? We'll show those who pass by here the terrors that machines can bring. Commence the Clear Aqua Project. Don't pollute our water with Machina. Machinas are our enemy.
Was that Machinas there, plural? Man, I love the way they reuse all the environments. Oh my god, that was quick. What is this then? We don't want whatever you're selling. Just ignored her. Goes the old man. Who do these fiends think they are? Weird. What? Ha! Look at all the fiends getting all mad. Run. Hey, come back here. I'm messing up all my voices. Man, look at that. We're getting a camera back the other way. Get out of here. You're a nuisance. We only saw that in the previous game in like one cutscene where we saw Seymour walking down this road. Otherwise, the camera's locked to the one perspective, of course. Gah, fine. Telepathy, then. I'll just use telepathy. We'll directly relay our passion to everyone in Spira. Yes, sir. I'm not having too much success there. Mommy, what's that? Shh, I've heard your eyes. This is great. I should have known the high road wasn't safe. Too many strange fiends lurking about. Let's take a hovercraft to Luca. Funny thing is, because the story of the high road is actually specifically that there are no fiends here anymore because the Machina clear them away. Specifically because of the hovers. Ah, look at him spinning around like this. Oh! And he flies into the sky. Oh man, look how pretty this is. The old man was blown away, far, far away. Still on the high road at least, but yes, a long way away. Why, those no good humans? You try to something. We will not let this stand. We'll have our revenge. The revenge of the haze is about to begin. Dun dun dun. So they actually do like, this is a fiend story that doesn't conclude. So it says here, to be continued in the clear Aqua story Revenge. Capture the old man Deep Haze and make him stronger. Now you might think that guy you catch in Macalania, you might think you catch him in the Mihen High Road, but you're actually capturing him in Macalania Forest. So let's do that. You want to use an M-pod. Don't forget you've got a chance of getting the other fiends as well, so it may take a couple of rolls. You can of course use a special pod as well, but I'm going to roll for the M until we find him. He was not available until you finish the regular haze. So finishing regular haze, they call it evolution, unlocks the deep haze for you. And again, it's in Macalania Woods with an M-pod. So we've got 3 attempts at least here. There we go, we got him first time. So the deep haze allow into the goings, which is good because it replaces the old one. So what we're actually going to do here, oh wait, hold on. I think we have to leave him, I want to call him Old Man. See, the ones you want to name best tend to be the ones with multiple story steps. But I believe there's a bug, which means if you rename them, I don't know whether it persists on this version of the game. I think it might have just been the original Japanese International. But there's a bug where if you rename them and then release them, the game doesn't realize that you've released the correct thing and it won't trigger the next evolution. So I'm just going to leave it as Deep Haze. We're gonna proceed there, which is a shame. All right, and we're not quite done though. We have one more character to release as well. And that is the Killer Hound. So we now have Old Man Haze here, but of course we haven't leveled him up if you've forgotten how the mechanics work. He says, hey, let me go do this instant. I can't believe I was caught by the likes of you. But that's only story level 1. He says, I've got this big task to accomplish. The Clear Aqua Project. Maybe you've heard of it. Don't you know that Spira's animals, the fish and birds, are about to die because of the machines? Look what they've done to me. I'm nothing but skin and bones. But we don't have any other story levels, so we can't complete that just yet. But we have completed the Killer Hound, and he is the only other one from Chapter 1 that kind of has an evolution idea. So let's do his one now. He says, Fiend has no life readings. Shinra says, something's not right. There's a protect spell on this creature. It's preventing me from properly analyzing it. Approximate age is about 1,000 years. How interesting. Or how interesting. Fiend has no readings. Shinra says, oh, I have analyzed it. There's a strange identification code on the back of its neck. It looks like a machine identification code. Continuing the analysis, he says, I've analysed the code embedded in the creature. It's a soldier ID tag from the Bevel Elite Forces from the Machina War 1,000 years ago. Perhaps one of the soldiers from that little cutscene we saw, you know, where Yuna was dreaming. The Bevel military inserted machine chips into fiends and trained them to be soldiers. This creature stayed hidden for over 1,000 years as a living remnant of the Machina War. If you train it in the arena, I can analyze its memories, exciting stuff. And so now, let's have a look. Will we get to see Xanakind here? Let's have a release. As I do these, by the way, a lot of them are blind for me. I know generally what's going to happen, but I've not seen it before. Emergency! Emergency! The Killer Hound has escaped! Uh-oh. Look how cool the arena looks. Emergency! I should do a robot voice. The Killer Hound has escaped. Emergency. Shinra says the Killer Hound has broken out of its cage. But the cage is sealed by magic that can't be broken by fiends. It should be impossible for them to escape. I do such a terrible nerdy voice for Shinra. There is a machine chip embedded inside the fiend. it's possible to find the fiend that escaped the cage using machina powers. Machine powers? Incoming creature identification, unidentified creature reading at Zanarkand ruins, unidentified machina discovered. Incoming creature information. Reacting to the remaining fiend soldiers of Pavel. 1,000-year-old Zanarkand army machina may have indeed wakened. Uh-oh. It's connected. Dun dun dun. Something is happening to Spira. Trapboard target is the area of the Zanarkand ruins. Trapboard target area is the Zanarkand ruins. We have a rare machine to catch. Alright, so the fiend got away even though it wasn't supposed to. And then in response to it, because this was a Bavel soldier, a machine appeared in Zanarkand. So they actually give us a large pod and tell us exactly where to capture this one, which is in Zanarkand. Actually, funny enough, we get a large pod there, but my notes are telling me it only appears in a medium pod, so that's quite funny. But yeah, Zanarkand ruins, medium pod. Let's round up. Hope we get it. And what we're looking for here actually is the YLSLZ0, which is this guy, one of these massive ones. So we're like going to allow him into the goings here. And once again, we're going to stay done with that. But we haven't leveled either of these guys up. Their stories will have to continue at a later date. We're basically done with our main stuff now, guys. Let's get back out there. I'm going to see you at the Mihen High Road for today's interesting adventure with Chocobos. Alright, so we come in here and there's really no crazy dialogue or fun story or anything that hits straight away. The mission roster actually told us that we were detecting a woman who was looking for Chocobos on the high road, but there wasn't really any sign of spheres, so are we sure we wanted to come? Now, you remember in the last chapter, we set up the idea that the Machina here are all kind of ominous, and it's a little scary. And specifically, we spoke to this woman here. What you're going to see here, guys, is as I play through this mission, which is going to seem largely unrelated to the Machina story, there's a lot of really weird little hidden things going on. And I'm going to point them out as they happen, because it ties into a giant big mystery that will happen over the next couple of chapters here, called the Detective Rin mystery. So we got this guy here who says, the high road feels so empty without the Chocobos around. I know hovers are faster, but Chocobo, now that is poetry in motion. So, we did at least get called here. We can't really see anything going on. Let's, as always, check out the agency and see what people have got to say to us. And you can spend a long time on this mission, showing off lots of different things. I probably won't spend too long.
I'm sorry, but you won't be able to go Chocobo riding.
I see. Sorry to bother you.
Oh, so you must be the girl. Huh. Do we recognize that voice? Maybe, guys? So, the woman at the counter says, sorry, that's not for sale. This woman says the same thing as she did last chapter about how the scary Machina is looking her way and it's creepy. Here we can get a look at some wares, though, because of course we're in another chapter now. Let's see if we've got one of everything. Actually, we have no gauntlets, which is strength and defense by +5 on this file. So let's get one of those. Or a tiara, which is the magic equivalent. So we'll do that. And that's basically it. I'm just going to try and stay with my stock on one of everything. Because, I mean, on this file, we're on New Game Plus. We paid off a Walker's debt. We did a little bit of the gold trick. And yeah. So, the girl walks over there. Just sort of lets us know where she is. I love the way the camera just snaps and pans there. Instead of, like, going black and then coming to another screen. Which is actually over here where we once sat down and had that really cool story. Actually, where Yuna probably had one of the most depressing areas of her life. She kind of wrote a suicide sphere here. Which is kind of weird. Alright, anyway, hi, Carly.
You aren't Lady Yuna by any chance?
I am.
I don't suppose you remember me, do you?
Oh my god, do we remember her? Actually, I do remember her, because I am awesome at Final Fantasy X. This is the little girl, Carly, from the High Road, who was kind of just an annoying little girl. Do you remember during the previous game, they introduced us loads of characters all at once? I actually kept strung you along in the last game, pointing out that many of the characters they introduced us to were, like, unsent. But she was actually one of the characters that they introduced, but didn't really do anything else in the story until now. So I think I remember.
You can't be Callie?
Of course, she's grown up now.
That's right. You really do remember me.
Remember Callie? We met her 2 years ago on the Mihen High Road.
All right, Yuna, I've already explained that.
The little girl that was so looking forward to the calm.
Well, you got it now, and my boyfriend died for it.
What are you doing here?
I came to ride a chocobo. I've wanted to ride one for as long as I can remember.
You don't see too many chocobos these days. Everybody rides hovers.
Yeah. On top of that, I hear there's a Chocobo hunting fiend prowling around. This isn't a very good place for poor little Chocobos anymore. Maybe they're gone for good.
Quee!
Cho?
Oh my god. Okay, girls.
Chocobo!
Want to help her catch the Chocobo? Of course you do. Of course you do. You want your 100% completion. Now, funny enough, she mentioned a Chocobo hunting fiend. You guys might remember, actually, and this is a good example of what I'm talking about with the detective stuff. In the previous chapter, when we came here, we did that deliberate walk where they kept telling us that if we went up the old road, it would just be a dead end. Remember? And I went all the way up to show you anyway. Do you remember when we got to that very one specific screen, we saw a baby Chocobo eater? Remember? Just seeing that was a part of the mystery. It only appeared on the screen for a very little while at a period of time, right? And we couldn't interact with it or anything like that. And then it ran off. And Chapter 2 is rife with things like that, but way more obscure, and I will do my best. So we're going to say, of course. Just what? Look at the way she's moving there. Good job. Good job, Carly. Cuckoo for Chocobos. Your mission, catch the Chocobo for Carly. Follow Captain Riku's instructions. I guess she's Captain Riku for now. And bring that winged whirlwind to justice. It's the quest of a lifetime. This is one of the stupidly light-hearted, amazing ones. So, here we go. Riku is going to be a bit of an idiot here. And she's going to try and check the Chocobo. And she's going to make about 1 billion mistakes. Hi, Carly. You're not going to do anything? Lady Yuna, I'll take a look around the agency. You go on ahead. Where's ahead exactly? Would a head not suggest that you actually know where the Chocobo is? Can we ride a hover and just catch it instantly? What's she going to do hanging around the agency? Don't worry, she will be of use before the end. We don't have to get too angry with her. It's fine, guys. It's fine. All right. So, we're going to go through.
Ooh, there it is! Stay close to me. I'll get that Chocobo.
It's not like we need Riku to help us here. There is only one direction we can go, but fine. Riku says, it says, stick with Riku as you make your way down the high road. Maybe you could nab some of those feathers along the way. So as we run, okay, you're going to find golden feathers. There are different rewards here based on how many golden feathers you get. So there's 1, there's 2, and I'll try and do my best. It's not the most important thing in the game.
It's over there!
But every now and then, Riku will do this. She'll say, it's over there! And it's never over there. She's always wrong, all right? But if you say sure, okay, and you do go over there, you get a chest. Now, the chest you get, all right, the reward out of it is totally dependent on the amount of feathers you'd collected prior, all right? So that's the way that the loot works. But by doing this, the Chocobo buggers off. Oh, nuts. The Chocobo got away. Maybe you'd like to try again. You don't get penalized for that, and you get some loot. So now we say you betcha, and we go again. And Riku...
There it is!
Yeah, come on, Riku.
Stay close to me. I'll get that Chocobo.
I'm sure you will. All right. And Riku's going to make the same mistake again. She's going to say go over there, but this time the chest will be open already. So you don't want the chest this time. And that's basically the way this works. It's very repetitive from my perspective. It's like playing with you. Because I'm going to get all the loot. So I'll just be able to cut it. Not this time, Riku. Let's actually chase the Chocobo down. But, you know, I'm going to have to do this walk 100 times. Now, the sad thing is, all right, the reason this series, or one of the reasons this series went on a big break, was because I recorded this episode and lost the video. But by recording this episode, I'd already done this 1,000,000 times, just from the nature of the way that this part of the plot works, right? Going down this damn road. And then I lost the entire thing and I had to do it all again. So, yeah, that wasn't a great feeling. But we've got a fair amount of feathers. All right, so I'm going to go down here. We're going to stay sure. I suppose we could have nabbed that feather too. And this time we're going to get 3 Chocobo feathers. And we have to do it again. And I'm just going to cut, because I'm a good guy.
It went that way.
No, it didn't, Riku. Don't be an idiot. All right, so we're progressing along a little bit more here. There's a tricky feather. If we move away, obviously, we've got to get back quickly. I actually think I always miss some feathers here. I don't know what feathers they are that I miss, but I always miss a couple, and I'm not sure how. Now, you might think, is it really worth doing the run over and over and over again? Well, actually, for these last chests, which, of course, make you do the longest run, these last chests actually have Chocobo wings in them, and they're actually not very common. I know we found some in Besaid early on in the game, but they're really not very common, so you do want the wings. I think you can get up to 3 Chocobo wings. You get them from the chest, and then a final reward. So there you go, 3 Chocobo wings. All right, and of course, Chocobo wings are haste for your entire party. It will eventually expire, but it's pretty nice. There you go. So 2 more feathers there, right towards the end. And as you transition, you get this reward. See, I'm pretty sure you can get wings here. So I think I'm missing some feathers. All my guidebook's wrong. I've actually noticed that the guidebook is wrong in several places. And there's even a lot of typos. I don't know how I didn't notice those before, but yeah. All right, so anyway, we got the 2 chocobo feathers. Now we go into the second phase of the catch, which involves us basically doing penalty shootouts. Yeah, you told us, Riku. Yeah, every clock is right once every 12 hours.
I've got this end.
And that leaves me to catch it.
Yay, of course. All right, so they're going to block it. All right, so we've got it trapped. Riku moves bloody fast there as well. Look at that. She zooms down. All right, so we've got it blocked. And it's basically, yeah, imagine you're playing like a football game. And you want to do penalty shootouts. Well, I think after we chase him down a little bit here. Now's when you want to really start paying attention. Oh, we may as well get that chest over there while we're at it. Now's when you really want to start paying attention to random little things that might happen in cutscenes. Because there's quite a few little branches here, depending on how you do. All right, so it says Chocobo Radio. Chocobo will try to escape by running to your left, your right, or even straight at you. Don't let it get through. Wear the Chocobo down by repeatedly blocking its path and then catch it. Now, if you do really, really, really well here, I think you have like 10 attempts or something. If you do really well here, you can skip like a whole chunk of the mission because you just wear the Chocobo out that much and you go basically to the end of the mission. However, you maybe don't want to do that because skipping that chunk of the mission means you can do interesting stuff for Detective Rin. So at first, it's just completely random. Left, right, we're going to go left. We're going to go left. Always left. Check out maze. Yes, okay, we got it. All right. And then we're going to run over. And so each time you get it correct, it will play that nice little ding noise for you. And you'll be okay. And the first few attempts are just going to be pot luck. So what do you say, guys? We're going to hold our ground. We're going to hold our ground. Ready? Ready? Oh, failure. Failure. I think once on one of my test files. All right, and to point something out as well. I did a test file of this, then a recording of this, then a test file of this, then a recording of this, then a test file of this, and a record of this. This is how much I've done this. Oh, we should have held our ground that time. All right, so that's 2 failures. And you need a certain amount of failures at least to get it in the first place. A certain amount of successes, sorry, coming in the middle. Oh, I did want to go right there. We're getting really unlucky. But no matter how unlucky you get, as long as you're just a little bit lucky early on, you can proceed because the Chocobo's lost its concentration, and now you can easily tell which way it will go. So now, depending on where it's oriented, where it's facing, you know 100% in what direction it's going. So the first couple of pot luck, but now it should be better. If I'm lucky with it, because it can be a bit annoying. Let's see where he's looking. Is that right, or is that straight ahead? All right, that was straight ahead. Good, good, good. It's a little scary sometimes. Oh, when we're on the left, that's when it's trickiest. So we've now had 2 successes. I think we're looking for somewhere like 5. All right, he's definitely moving right there, so I'm holding right. There you go, see? Because he's lost his concentration. So you can kind of, a bit of luck and then a bit of manipulation, decide whether you want to skip a bit of the mission or keep going. I'm going to try and show you as much as I can. All right, and that's definitely left. All right, so we're good there. And then I think we get one more. You get like 7 to 10 attempts, I think. It's somewhere around there. But this bloody Chocobo needs to just give up already. All right, he's facing left that time. That's easy, though. You done yet, bro? Chocobro. Riku, you had one job.
Maybe it's just me, but this is starting to chap my hide.
You're chapping my hide. You're starting to chap my hide. Oh, bird brain. Where'd that Chocobo go? Riku might be able to spot it if you stumble across any suspicious areas. So we didn't skip anything. So we're going to move along, and we actually get on the top left a marker for where Riku's positioned at the moment. Or these are the girls.
Where to go this time?
So we just want to follow him, and then she's going to teleport up there, because she's actually a teleporting owlbed. I don't know if you guys...
Look, over there!
Don't know whether you realise this.
Let's hurry!
Oh, he's in the shade, having a breath. That reminds me of that David Attenborough Life on Earth episode where the guys chase down like a goat or something across the African savannah for ages. Climb up there. That's it.
It's gone.
For such scrawny legs, it sure can run.
Oh, that way!
All right. What you may have noticed in the cutscene there, okay, on the floor next to Riku was a Machina. Important. Remember that. There's a Machina on the floor there. Also, I guess she's psychic just for that's why she can teleport.
Over there!
They do a lot of subtle things, all right? We're in control here. I love that shot. That's so cool. And now, as we run south, listen to the sound. Ready? Listen. Oh. Oh, what happened there, guys? What was that metallic clunking sound? Specifically off the bottom of the screen. Ooh, weird. I guess we'll never know. You alright there, Riku? Weird cutscene to include, right? Right now in the game, I mean, well, that doesn't mean anything. I actually really love the way that the devs did this. They do a lot of very sneaky little things. Oh, there's a chest over there. Let's get that. Oh, the leader of the Crusaders. Whoa, 100 guild. Was that 100 guild or 1,000 guild? How sarcastic should I be about this? Yes, there are people we could potentially be talking to about Chocobo. Actually, can we publicize to these ladies? I remember publicizing to you about before. All right. I think she liked... Didn't we suggest that she was... Wait. We're going to do it based on what they talk like. So she says, Chocobo, you got me. All right. She seems a bit stupid. If I was going to try and advertise to a stupid person, I'd say, open air, get your air on. Oh, they seem put off. I'm not a good reader of a person. All right, and matchmaking. Do you believe in the man of your dream? Damn it, lady. All right, we offended her. This lady, we're going to say, fun awaits you at open air. They seem totally pumped. Well done. Well done. Well done. Yes, you just saw a flash of yellow. You also want to find your better half. She seems really excited. All right. All right, next chapter, all we have to remember is she likes both top options. Can you do that with the potatoes? Guys, remind me in chat, all right? All right? Okay, she likes both top options. Hey, Riku. Sorry, I got a bit distracted there. I was chatting with my gal pals. The Chocobo is downright exhausted. So are we. All you have to do is chase it down for an easy capture. Well, probably. The real rodeo begins. Good luck. All right. Now, I believe if we move south here and try to leave, if you leave the Mihen High Road, you have to start the Chocobo hunt over again. All right. No, I don't want to leave. Okay, that's not the thing. That's not the thing. I thought that was an additional thing here. This guy says, yes, sir, the Mihen High Road sure has changed a lot since the calm came. We heard that before. All right, that's fine. Okay, let's go speak to the Chocobo thing. There's a thing in my guide about leaving the high roads, but I don't think it's important.
There's got to be a better way than this.
Well, we won't get anywhere running after him. We need to think of something else.
To trigger another little scene. All right, so no matter how well you do, eventually they're going to say you want to think of something else. By looking at the mini-map, you can see actually that if you speak to the hover lady, she says, was that a Chocobo? I haven't seen one of those on the high road in forever. All right, the Chocobo's within your pants, huh? Maybe you'd like a little help? Yes, please. Please. I love the idea you can say we've got it covered. No, we're going to say please, yes. Roger, leave it to me. And so this area concludes. This we could have skipped if we did very well on the rodeo, just FYI. But yeah. The plan begins. Again, the Chocobo was next to the Machina there. I'm actually really excited about showing you guys all the different... Because, okay, here's the thing. The mystery, the big detective thing, can be resolved in many different ways, depending on what you've seen and what you clue together. Okay, so you can make all different kinds of things and stuff for the culprit. In fact, 2 of them are probably self-evident, just from me saying that at this point. Hell yeah. I know you don't want to be domesticated or captured, and I know you're wild and free, but we are people, and our need is greater than yours. Uh-oh. You're using the panicked run.
Your friend's in hot water.
Kylie? What? What's she even been doing? She's been in the agency the whole time. What's going on? Oh, dear. Well, hello, Kylie. And there's a Chocobo here. Great. What a twist! I can't do it as good as Matt can.
Yuri, come on!
Alright, and the Chocobo's with us now. I guess because we have a common enemy, you see. Age-old story. Fantastic. Alright, now, funnily enough, if you move south now, you can walk all the way back to the start of the agency, but there's really very little point to. So what we're actually going to do is just quickly save. And, you know, I figure the most fun thing we could do right now is get rid of Riku, because she sucks, and get the Chocobo, who's actually very highly leveled, as you can see, because I used a lot of the Chocobo in the arena. So we're actually going to use the Chocobo I mean, he's on our team, right? So it only makes sense. This is the kind of thing I wanted to do with X2 so badly. So we're going to put a bangle on him, give him some health, or her, and then we're going to give plus 30 strength, which is always nice. And we're going to head over. We're going to go do this. Now, because of optional stuff we did in Chapter 1, where we got Clasko on the airship, we'll actually get a bonus thing here too. See, the way this part of the mission works is you're on a time limit to get down there. But having Clasko on the airship at this point means he'll come down and help you out, and you get bonus time. So there you could see a Machina was on its head. You want to pay very close attention to all the Machina in these scenes.
You can't!
But there isn't time.
Yuna, don't be nuts.
Yeah!
I love that sound of Chocobos. I should stop trying to do the sounds. Good job, Clasko.
We'll try and buy you some time. Lady Yuna, please hurry!
Piece of cake.
Now, remember, getting Clasko was actually itself fairly obscure, because the only way to get Clasko at this point, so we got plenty of time, we can talk to people. Of course I want to help, but I don't know what to do. If that were me down there, you would scream, hurry up and help her, I'm begging you, please. Yeah, so it was already kind of obscure how we got Clasko, if you guys remember. We can get random encounters here, by the way. Because in Chapter 1, we had to, like, do all the stuff where we talked to the Youth League, and we found the Crimson Sphere stuff, which already was a mission within a mission. But then after everything was done, if you remember, we had to return. There's this lady who gave us a quiz before. Oh, my God, no, we do not have time for the quiz, lady. We do not have... We already did that in a previous chapter anyway. All right, let's go. So, you know, yeah, and you had to talk to, like, Clasko multiple times. There are a few different opportunities to get him on your airship, and it's pretty common, I would say, for players at this point not to have him. But we do. And, of course, that's always very helpful. So we're just going to move along. We're getting really lucky with the random encounters. I'm 99% confident I don't have a charm bangle equipped. But even if I did, we're forced into encounter in a second anyway. So we'll move along. Next thing with Detective Rin is about to happen, okay? Subtle little thing here that affects stuff is as we're walking along, you have a Hypello looking at that Machina. But remember Prophet, whose whole thing was to... That guy stood in front of us. Usually stood with those women over there on the right. But his whole stick is that he wants to bring Chocobos back to the high road, remember? Well, actually, if we're here, he will, on his own, start running off. And if you don't make a beeline for him and charge him, you'll never have the opportunity to talk to him. But if you make a beeline for him before he gets to the zone transition, he says, Jinkies, defecate his shag, and he says, like, don't sneak up on me like that, man. Well, breaks other, back to enlightening the masses. And he comes back. So that's important, guys. That's important. And if you don't do that, this, again, affects things, affects your options in the future. So by doing that, we've made sure Prophet stays here. And again, there was a little Machina stood near him. Oh, this is great. This is great. I feel like with this section here, this was the X2 devs being like, how many variations and things can we really do? Let's have some fun with it. There we get an Ether. This is the guy who guarded us before. Aren't you the High Summoner? All right, yeah, he's got the same stuff. Let's do some publicity. Take to the air, open air. They seem totally pumped. Awesome. He's a guy, so we can't matchmake to him. And we've got 40 seconds, still plenty of time. I'm beginning to be scared. I do have a Charm Bangle equipped. I don't know why I would, though. I never last chapter. I haven't equipped a Charm Bangle. In fact, I don't even remember talking about getting one in the game. I talked to you guys about how if you do enough of the publicity stuff, you can get one in Chapter 1. But anyway, so here we go. Thanks to Clasko and his Chocobo Knights. His armored Chocobo.
You guys take it from here.
We're good. Well done, Clasko. Good job, buddy. Hey, Carly, you have been completely and utterly useless. I lied to my viewers earlier, saying that you'd be useful, and you just weren't. Chocobo Eater begins. So we got a Psychic, a Gun Mage, and a Chocobo. What do we have for Fiend Hunter? Helms, Lupines, Machina, Flans, Mechs. Should we scan him to have a bit of fun? Classic boss fight style. Well, Psychic Bomb with Yuna. She hasn't quite unlocked anything just yet. So here you go. Resistances, he's weak to fire. Now, if we kept Riku in as a black mage, that would have been pretty nice. A Fiend whose diet consists mainly of Chocobos. It roams the high roads and plains of Spirit in search of Chocobo flocks, then ensnares them with its huge arms. Can we zoom yet? Scan later will let us zoom. We can't zoom yet. Oh. But yeah, he's pretty cool. I love their multiple tongues. It just reminds me of the Monster Arena versions that took so long to kill. All right, Psychic Bomb. Chocobo, of course, we can't control, and you'll notice we're actually in a hybrid battle. I think this is the first hybrid battle I've shown. I have the Fiend meter, showing how aggressive they are, and regular control of the girls at the same time. This is one of the more fun ways to play with Fiends. It means you don't get to experience too many different ones, but you can have fun with, you know, more involved combat and Fiends at the same time. You know, if we had 2 girls plus brother, for example. So, here we should just... I think we should just attack, to be honest. And even here, we should probably just attack. Now, we're going to have the Chocobo attacking like mad. He's going to do lots of damage. He just MP drained, which isn't ideal. But when he gets that auto attack, I think he hit it from behind there as well. That was 400 damage. This boss is going to go down quick. We're not doing too many interesting things here. We could move Una to Black Mage, but she really doesn't have too much unlocked there. We have no blue bullets appropriate. Look at that, 700 damage! Jesus. All right, we're just going to want to try and make sure that our health stays quite high. So with Pain here, I'm going to high potion Una, who's already lost half of her health. Oh, the Chocobo cure, multicast cure on us. That's amazing. Oh my god, and he slapped it down. Nice. Nothing quite like the Chocobo battle from 10. But again, this is just like an optional little area that you can come to. Would have been a bit harder without a friendly Chocobo, who's super overpowered. But very nice. And that's basically the mission concluded. But, once again, watch very closely. Let's see how good as detectives you guys are. I'm just going to let it play. And then afterwards, I'll tell you if you missed something. If something weird happened.
She looks happy.
Whatever works for her.
Shall we?
They're very sneaky with this. It may have already happened. All right, there it was. Did you miss it? Did you miss it or did you catch it? Well, I'll leave you guys to mull over that in the comments. What perhaps happened there? We got Celine Guard Garment Grid here. And it throws us straight back to the Celsius, but we're going to want to go back to the high road. So I'll see you guys back down there for a couple of tiny little extra things, and we'll end the video there. All right, so we got the Celine Guard Garment Grid just very quickly. I'll show you guys what that was. It's here. This gives us shells. So this is kind of the shell equivalent of Helios Guard, which we had before. So that's Celine. Actually, what all my girls are equipped with at the moment is this one all the way at the bottom, Intrepid. Now, Intrepid is an international-only garment grid that is given to you as a reward when you unlock the second cup in the Fiend Arena, which we managed to do in Chapter 1 and which just happened off screen. Now, what's really cool about this is it makes you immune to Pointless. I don't know why it doesn't say Pointless Proof, and they writ it really weirdly down there, but it makes you Pointless Proof from having it equipped, and if you go through any gate, it triples your AP reward at the end of that battle, which is huge. And you guys will see me, I start to sphere swap quite frequently, just so that we can get that in battles, or while I'm grinding at the very least. So those are the 2 garment grids. But when we return, check it out. Clasko stayed down, and he met Carly. Remember, he was looking for a purpose to his life? Let's have a talk with him. He says, so I don't suppose you'd let me on board again with Carly, would you? Wow! And you can say, all aboard. He says, I'm in your debt, Lady Una. Carly, Clasko, and a Chocobo have all boarded the airship. That's about it, but of course up here we'll notice that this is now barried off. What's this got to do with the Chocobo here? And the lady's gonna say, I'm sorry, but we're not offering service to the north exit right now. Do you want to ride a hover? No thanks. Why aren't you offering service to the north exit? It's kind of odd, isn't it? But, of course, before I forget, out of everything I've shown you in this video that's weird and mysterious going on, the only super important one that I really, 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 really want, that I have to trigger, is right now, after everything's done, we're going to go into the agency and something else very small and very mysterious is going to happen. Let's see if you can catch this one too. Okay, that's basically it. There you go. Eagle-eyed viewers can re-watch that if you like. It's very important. If you want to do the story the same way that I am, make sure you go in there just after you've finished everything else. And so, just to finish things off here, to return to the cabin, you'll notice Clasko is no longer hiding up the top. This is one of the busiest states you can get the cabin to be in. Depending on like some weird trickery, you can actually get more people here. But so we got a walker on board, we got Carly on board. Carly says, no Choco problems to report. And Clasko says, you're a good boy, aren't you? Good boy, oh yes you are. And the Chocobo goes, quee, quee. And so that's pretty much it. So thanks very much for watching, guys. Let me know what you think about the Mihen High Road thing. I will explain at the start of next video. Do not worry. And until then, though, have a great evening, and I'll see you next time. Man, it's so cool that we're a goon right now as well.